Yep, you should have the minutes there.
Motion to accept their recommendation and approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Robertson, second by Mr. Dahl. Any comment?
Is this, what is the length of this? Just to be reviewed annually? Or,
Conditional use permits just carry on.
It's just, yeah, there isn't
I
any.
would like us to consider that we review this after a year to make sure that this is really what we want as a conditional use. If it's operating flawlessly, then I don't see any problem with it, but we're striking out here into a little bit of new territory, I'm feeling anyway, and I'm not positive that this is the most workable situation for that land.
What other use would you put it to?
Mobile homes.
They've been trying to sell a mobile home down there for how long? Over a year.
Well,
That's
then
what they prefer, is
Yes.
to have a mobile home there. So
Yeah.
if they can fill it, then the recreational part of it will end.
at what point would it stop being mixed use?
I don't know.
Shouldn't that be a consideration?
How many stalls are on that outside loop, Stumpy, that are gonna be only trailer for mobile homes?
We'd like to fill the whole thing, if we could.
Yeah,
I haven't even had a call for 3 months on anything. I don't think Rod's had any interest in that trailer at all.
but there's about, what, 15 on that outside
There's-
perimeter that
there's
you
10.
had?
There's 29, or there's 19 inside, there's 36 altogether.
Okay, so
Yeah.
17.
Where the 2 trailers are sitting, God, I'm not even sure how many there is right now. I didn't bring
10 and
Should
7.
be about 10 and 7, so 17 on that outside perimeter that you're keeping for mobile homes, right?
If we can get them, if we can't, we're gonna have to do something else.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going anywhere now. You'll be looking at our flood loan too then.
Call the question.
All in favor of the motion, say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed?
That's me.
Okay. And the motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Move on to 8E, consideration of approving Resolution 2010-042, granting approval of the application by the National Wild Turkey Federation Rush Creek Longbeards Chapter for an exemption from lawful gambling license to conduct lawful gambling in the form of raffle activity at 122 West Jesse Street, Stumpy's Restaurant, on February 26, 2011. See attached letter.
So moved.
Second. Motion by Mr. Bunky, second by Mr. Hansi. Any comment? All in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? And the motion passes. 8F, consideration of approving Resolution 2010-43, granting approval of the application by the Rushford Lions Club for an exemption from lawful gambling license.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Robertson, second by Mr. Bunky.
Actually, Mr. Dahl beat me to it.
All right, second motion by Mr. Robertson, second by Mr. Dahl. All in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion passes. 8G, consideration of approving recommendation of Fire Chief Dave Lombard for the appointment of Richard Smith, Evan Meyer, and Ryan Diepenbrock to the Rushford Fire Department.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Bunky, second by Mr. Robertson.
Excuse myself.
Understood.
Department.
favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. We want to 8H, consideration of approving liquor, beer, and tobacco licenses for the calendar year 2011, subject to the requirement that all the necessary documentation, forms, and fees are submitted. See attached list.
How many on-sale licenses do we have?
4.
So there's one available?
No, there's 4 there,
No, there's
1 non-profit.
Stumpy's, Kitchens, Shawnee's, and American Legion.
So
There's
we
just different fees.
So we have no more?
And I don't think there's, no, I think there's room for more. I think there's room for
Yeah.
more.
The corner of the Rivers property would have held one.
I think we can
Shawnee's
have
came
like up
after they
to
closed.
7 or something.
All right, that's what I
We
was
can
asking.
decide how many.
How many are available? I move to approve those.
Second.
The X's mean that they have,
Motion by Mr. Roberts, and second by Mr. Hansi.
the X's mean that they have met those requirements?
Yes.
So we're just waiting on Shawnee.
And,
Any problem there? Are you expecting it? Hopefully.
Don't know, I'll have to give her a call because things have to get signed and filled and sent in to the state, you know, in a timely manner, or they won't get their paperwork back from the state, so
Mhm.
I have to check with her. Everybody got their paperwork in October, so.
Any more comment? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? And the motion passes. Move on to 8I, consideration of adopting resolution 2010-44, approving a final property tax levy for the city of Rushford, collectible in 2011 in the amount of $763,378, or as may be amended following the discussion below. In consideration of this resolution, information will be provided regarding the budget and taxes proposed for collection to pay for the costs of city fire services in 2011. Public testimony will be allowed, and the final levy and budget will be discussed. This levy resolution may be adopted at this meeting, but no later than the December 27th meeting. Staff will provide additional information and reports. See attached.
Okay, we have a little video from the county talking about what makes property taxes go up or down, or how property taxes work. If you wanna watch that, it's 10 minutes long, or if you don't wanna watch that, we could just talk about what's in the packet. Some of this, if you remember, you saw the other night when we had our budget working session. The long sheet has got all those funds and all the departments. The colored sheets with the gold one talks about the LGA, where we are in the LGA scheme of things, if we get everything we're supposed to get from LGA. And then the one, the little chart that Chris was talking about, that he had the coalition help put Rushford in on that. That's in that packet also. It talks about what, how much money can be generated by increasing by 1 percentage point. And being that we're not as wealthy a city as Wayzata or Nisswa, our 1 point doesn't get us as much as they get.
Wish we had the populations on there too. I was kind of curious about that.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what the populations are.
I have no idea.